What about the black box idea? That's fascinating.
Well, this started before I owned my own company, and I would go to my CEO and I'd say, hey, I think we should do this idea. And he's like, nah, we've never done that before. I'd go to him the next day, hey, what about this? We could do this idea. Oh, that's dumb. I'd go to him the next day, well, I think this will really help drive revenue. No, I don't really want to do that. So, I accumulated all these ideas about things I wanted to do in my own company. The CEO wouldn't let me. And I threw them in this old raggedy-taggedy black box. And, I had, 50 ideas in here of things I wanted to do.
Yes.
And so when I started the company, guess what my business plan was made of? It was made of all those ideas in the black box.
Wow.
And so when I wrote the business plan, I'm like, well, this is a programmatic idea. Here's how we're going to do architecture. We were one of the first companies in the country in senior housing to have massage rooms and healing touch and Reiki and stuff in our rooms. We actually have in our Alzheimer's courtyards, we have real live automobiles that people can go and have these kind of fantasy drives and so on. We were the first people to do that.
Wow.
So we did a lot of very creative things in our building that were no's. And one of the things I would tell your listeners is the fact that, when you get a no, that just creates, it's not a no forever. That's just a future opportunity.
Not the right time.
It's not the right time, but you may have your own company where you're like, well, I think these are great. And that goes to the confidence and the risk that we talked about earlier. I'm going to implement all these things. And so now that Aegis is an up and running company, I never want to say no to an employee. I never want to say that's a dumb idea. So in every one of our 30-some buildings, we have a black box. And we have a black box administrator, and they put their ideas in each of these black boxes, and every month they're reviewed, and winners are paid a cash check.
Oh, nice.
And they're publicized, and then we talk about how we implement them, and some of our best ideas in efficiency, programmatic value, architecture, teamwork, come out of the black box.
Wow.
The other thing, Dan, that does is make the company feel like it's my company.
Yes.
Because hey, that's my idea.
that gets implemented. And look at the results, right?
Look at the power, and so there's a pride of ownership.
That's a buy-in, right?
Totally buy-in. They go tell their family, hey, look, my name's in the newsletter. They're doing this company-wide, this thing that I found out. It could be an efficiency thing or whatever.
Right.
And we recognize that person, and then at the end of the year, there's an annual award for that as well.
I'm curious, how do you think? Because I do what I call thinking time. I block out time at your think. But what's your process when you have an obstacle, when you have a problem, when you're working on a project? What's your thinking process?
Well, I meditate a lot.
Okay.
A lot.
Like once a day?
Yeah, twice a day.
Twice a day.
Yeah, so I do transcendental meditation, sometimes 20, 25 minutes a day, twice a day.
Wow.
And I'm one of those person that my brain, I haven't found the key to shut it off yet. I'm sure you're a lot like that.
Yes.
So my wife keeps saying, where's the key? Where's the key? I'm trying to shut your brain off. So I actually, my best ideas come from dreaming. So I'll wake up at 3 in the morning and I'll have a yellow pad by me and I was like, I'm going to do this. Then I'll go back to sleep and 6 o'clock in the morning I'll wake up, I'm going to do this and this. And then when I meditate, things will come to me. But I think everyone has to have, you have to relax your brain, because I think the best ideas are hidden in the crevices of your brain.
Because we, as an entrepreneur, we go all the time. It's always so tense, right?
Yeah, so you can't squeeze ideas out. I'm a writer and I've written books and plays and movies and stuff. You can't squeeze ideas out. So I feel like you gotta relax the brain to let the good ideas come out. And that, for me, that comes through meditation or when I dream at night. When I wake up in the morning, I'm just like, I can't wait to start writing things down.
It's interesting because before I even do any kind of meditation, learn meditation, at first I thought, I'm a go-getter. I don't meditate. I make shit happen. It's very type A personality.
Yeah.
It almost feels like, no, those are for other people. It's not for me.
Yeah.
But once I adapt this habit, start the morning attitude, gratitude, meditation, learn thinking time, it changed my life.
Well, there's great science behind this. First of all, meditation's been around for thousands of years.
Yes.
And and if you meditate, you're going to get better sleep. And part of the problem with entrepreneurs is we're sleep deprived.
Yeah, yes.
And sleep does two things for you. First of all, your body needs at least 7 hours in order to free your brain and the rest of your body of the toxins that are built up throughout the day, the cells that die.
Stress, right?
Well, the cells that die, you're killing cells once you reach the age of 30, you burn more cells than you replicate. So you have all these cells floating around in your body, and you got to get rid of them sometime. Meditation does that, sleep does that. But the other thing is you have to get 7 hours sleep to replenish your cellular system. And as entrepreneurs, we love our brain time. We love that. In my new book, 30 Summers Left, it's about longevity. I talk about what's called fire brain. And I think, entrepreneurs have fire brain where your brain's on fire all the time. You're like, all these ideas coming up. But at night, you got to douse the fire, or during meditation, you got to douse the fire, because that's when the new cells and the new creativity pops up in your brain. So you got to allocate that. And now
Is this also why when I get my best ideas when I'm taking a shower? Or
it is.
Like that, right?
It is, because it's first thing in the morning, right?
Right.
Because all the dead cells those dead cells are what give a lot of people Alzheimer's. They clump, they get into what's called amyloid plaque and everything else, and they prevent transmission of your brain. So if you've slept and you've cleaned out your body of all those dead cells and you've replenished them because you've got enough sleep, and you're in the shower in the morning, you're like, oh, this is a great idea, because your brain cells are fresh. It sounds funny, but it's scientifically true.